a second attempt at Bullhead Trail in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Didn't get there either. I was looking to go to the Pulpit. This video is different. There's no music. It's a descent from where I turned around. The first 30-ish minutes of the trail. The trail that I spoke about in the distance appears to be the 2-mile horse trail. It's like 3.5 miles away. The hotel that I called the Regency, that Yankee in the South had stayed at, is actually called the Park Vista. Just correcting. Some of the sounds that you will hear, I have on my backpack a tick remover, Craftsman screwdriver, a little roundy screwdriver thing, and some other little bits, and you hear that rattling. I am going to try to real life include associated video pictures along with the video, so to make it a little more clear, because the action camera that I own does not have zoom on it. Example, like the snag that's sitting on a rock. Oh, it's just hilarious to look at that. Enjoy. September 3rd, 2020. Bullhead Trail, Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I have reached my limit. I'm using this fabulous snag as my reference point if I ever come back. I'm 45 days off of being 70. I doubt if I'll ever be back up this way. I don't have any more. First goal is to get to the car. After that, the first goal is to get home. Switching to my left hand. And we're headed down. See what views we have. Great views. You can see Gatlinburg from here. Yes, the camera's level. We're going to go downhill like quite a bit. Our initial goal was the Pulpit, the first time and this time. This is our second trip here. First goal is return to the car. Second goal was the Pulpit. Third goal was to see Carlos Campbell overlook parking from Bullhead. Didn't get there. Thank you, William, Smokymountainhiker, for showing me that in your video, your latest video up here. I found some interesting tracks down here where the big rock outcrops are. Very nice looking deer tracks. That's the thing. I've never seen any deer in this park. Let's have a look up here in the rocks.
Big rocks. Big rocks. Deep valleys. Don't look, Gina. I got my cap cam running, my gimbal running, and I can reach in and get my cell phone out of my pocket, and I can have 3 cameras running at one time. Can I multitask or what? Had a little bit of contact with 2 young men in the parking lot at Rainbow Falls parking lot, first one. They were going to Bullhead to Mount LeConte. They were trying to decide Bullhead or Rainbow Falls. They chose Bullhead. Yep. Some kind of massive rocks, huh? This is just the beginning. There's some that are kind of like caves. Like this one. Tree growing out of it. Indian chief in the movie Josie Wales, he uses the word persevere. Let's do a 360. Just have a look around. Looky, 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 huh? And somebody rode a horse up here. I didn't know this is part of the horse trail. Let's see if we can get these beautiful yellow flowers. Just some beautiful flowers. The reason why I didn't film it coming up, I was so involved with looking at everything going up. Oh, like this. Outcropping. I was busy looking at this tree. Hey, William. That may have been the tree you heard fall. I don't know where you were in relationship to this, but that's fairly fresh. Fairly fresh. And it went down there a long ways. And that was from the outside, a healthy growing tree, but it was holler. Not like down to holler, but holler, like it's but nothing on the inside. Hey. The overlook views are coming up fairly soon. If you want to see the entirety of the trail to the Pulpit, go to Smokymountainhiker on YouTube and look up Bullhead Pulpit. He was just there a week or so ago. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Any trail you're interested in hiking, go to Smokymountainhiker on YouTube. Punch in the trail you want to go on. I want to go on Rainbow Falls Trail. Guess what? He's been there. He filmed every step. You get a true view of what that trail is, every step. He has the most extensive hiking library there is. Not just little bits and pieces, but the whole trail. Yeah. Starting to get into this. Into the views. Gatlinburg. And I think that's Pigeon Forge. Over the next ridge. That first building you see, maybe I got my finger right, is the Regency. Is that right? Yankee in the South was just there, spent a night, did a review of the hotel. Nice place. I want to use it for a restroom. We were just over in that area. Massive rocks. Let's just keep turning around. Do these 360s. Ooh, I bet the sun really burned out. That trail goes down and around and down and down and around. Pretty soon we're going to come into one of the burn areas from 2016. It still makes my heart cry. My heart cries for the people that lost their lives. My heart cries for the loss of animal life. My heart cries for the loss of the wildlife. But at the same time, some of the plant life, it doesn't grow without something, without a fire. I've seen that up there. It's an interesting plant. I'm going to make an attempt, mess with the video a little bit here, I'm sorry. Get my camera up here. Don't look, Gina. Don't look. Whew. If I hadn't worked on the side of buildings putting signs up as a occupation, I wouldn't like this. Because I have a fear of heights, but I overcame it. So I could work, make a living, provide for my family. There's those rocks again. Rocky, 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 rocky. Okay. Now, I am sorry. Trees growing on top of this rock. I'm sorry that this action camera does not have any zoom capabilities, so you just have to trust me if you don't see it really good. There's that snag right there, sitting on a rock. Can you imagine that? It's sitting on a rock. Chilling out, sitting on a rock. We're coming into the burn section. All those trees, they're not dormant, they're dead. Fire killed. If it was a natural occurring lightning strike, it'd be a whole different ball game, but there were some youngsters seen striking matches and throwing them over behind them as they walked. They said the fires of Gatlinburg was not started by that. It was started by the 80-plus-mile-an-hour winds that blew down power lines. They couldn't find any evidence of the fire getting from the Smokies to Gatlinburg. That's awfully coincidental. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, so much for this nice little... I can take the sound off. Or not use that bit. I want to say something right here. I have never been to Mount LeConte. All I have is videos that people have shared on YouTube. And if I never get to Mount LeConte, I'll be 70 in about 45 days. I understand it. This is what it's like. See if I can get that butterfly. Using a gimbal like this is new to me, folks, so. Is this something? Fire went right through here. You can see all the burns on the tree. The trees are gradually disintegrating. Branches are getting to the point where they can't hold themselves up anymore and they fall. Some fall across the trails. Park Service has to come cut them up. So keep the trails open for visitors. I'm going to do a 360. Look at the rocks. Look at these beautiful yellow flowers. I hope they're in focus. I really do. I don't know. This is new to me. Down in there someplace is Route 441. I could hear it real good. Vehicles going up and down it. Couldn't see it. First rule of hiking, return to your car. Second rule of hiking, return home. Third rule of hiking, know your turnaround point. Fourth rule of hiking, whatever your goal is to hike, 1, 2, and 3 are first. Mount LeConte is on my list. Number 4, number 5, or number 6, something like that. Returning home to my wife is always first. But I have to get back to the car first. I was also hoping to get far enough around the edge. Far enough around where I could be looking up at Balsam Point. Didn't make it. I'll probably get home, look at my GPS and go, yeah, another 100 foot. But know your limits. There are many people that attempted the hike to Mount Everest. There are people that made it to Mount Everest. Never made it back to base camp. Never made it back to base camp. So they didn't get to tell about it. As I come, there's rule number 1, return to your car so you can tell about it. Wow. Look at the way the light is shining on these dead trees. Wow, 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 wow. I gotta get my cell out and get a picture of this. This is just beautifully wonderful. Just so you know, it wasn't like this coming up. The sun wasn't on everything quite like this. Beautiful. Even in the aftermath of the fire, there's beauty. You can see trails in areas. I'll try to, in that area, you can see the red clay of the trail. I don't think that's part of this trail. I'm pretty sure, since this camera doesn't have zoom, you can't see it. Let me have a look. Right there, in between that tree and this tree, just above the dark cloudy area, there's a tower, one of the towers of Ober-Gatlinburg. Hear voices of somebody coming up. Beautiful. Yep, there they are. Okay. Over and there's the trail. And they're down in here. There's the trail. They're down in there. I don't like that. I gotta change this. There we go. Looked like I was putting weight on the cord out into the power, supplemental power. Let's stop for a little bit. Let's have a look at these yellow flowers down to these white ones. Ooh, beautiful. Again, I hope they're in focus. My car is parked out there someplace. Don't look, Gina. Just don't look, baby. I don't like to look either. Okay. So we got another set. Yep.